Now, if you're not aware, he does have a completely non-guaranteed contract, and that contract guaranteed date does happen to be on July 20th. So the Lakers have between now and then to either guarantee that contract or waive him prior to that contract becoming guaranteed. And like I said, I think they will waive him, then replace him thereafter. The only question being who might they replace him with, or who's currently available on the open market that might be a good option for them. Well, one player that could be an option, and a guy that just switched agents, not to mention to Luka Doncic's current agent, which is also the same agent as DeAndre Ayton, could be Gary Payton II. According to a new report, he dropped his former agent and has now picked up Bill Duffy. Again, the same agent to Luka Doncic, the same agent to DeAndre Ayton, and that might be hinting at him coming to familiar territory as the players that Bill Duffy just had signed with their team. Again, that being DeAndre Ayton. And well, even apart from that, I think it would make a whole lot of sense to their team. After all, we've heard about them targeting a point of attack, good defensive-minded player, and that would be what GP2 currently is. Even now at 32, and it's really hard to believe that he is 32. I mean, I feel like he's still 25 or 28 with how athletic and how much of a defensive pest he is out there on the court, but I guess you do have to factor in age with him. I don't think that's the current problem, but I guess you could point to it. Even with that though, he's a great defender, one of the best point of attack defenders in the entire league when healthy, and both the numbers and the eye test back that up here too. So with that in mind, could he be a new target for the Lakers? Could he be moving on from Golden State, and is there actually evidence that supports that? I think there might be, and I think he might be a good target for their team. So we'll talk about why, and why it might make sense for both parties, and why it's likely being hinted at here with him switching agents. And without further ado here, starting with why I think GP2 might be switching teams and the evidence that supports that claim. I mean, anytime a player switches agents, that's kind of a good hint at it. Them trying to go to a new situation and probably trying to get a different contract or more money for that fact. That's usually a pretty common theme with that. And well, then for why he might be switching teams and why the Warriors might not bring him back, we've heard reports saying that they're targeting Milton, even some saying that they might have an under-the-table deal with him, which they can't finalize until getting the contract done with Jonathan Kuminga. Also hearing reports that they're targeting and might have a deal done with Al Horford, though there have been controversial reports about that and differing reports about it. But regardless, the fact that they're going after Milton, tried to go after Bradley Beal, also might be trying to bring in other backcourt players, that might mean that they're moving on from Gary Payton II. Whether it's a money thing, whether it's a contract, fit, or whatever it might be with him, I don't think they're prioritizing him that heavily, and obviously have made him free to sign with any other team, which he now apparently appears to be kind of thinking about with the agent switch to Bill Duffy, who definitely is a top tier agent and is very good at finding outside deals for players. So could that be the case here with GP2, coming from the Golden State Warriors and that being the best spot for his entire career up until this point? Could he be a good fit, and could he replicate his production with the Lakers? Maybe. Again, they're obviously going after a point of attack defender here. That's what they're currently wanting, and definitely what they currently need at the moment. I mean, apart from Jordan Goodwin, who is kind of a borderline rotation player for them, not knocking Goodwin, I definitely like him, but trying to get a more reliable option, a more proven option, a more playoff tested and battle tested option like GP2, I think they definitely would be open to it, and Bill Duffy might help them do it too. After coming off a season of averaging roughly 6.5 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, nearly 1 steal per game in only 15 minutes per game, translating to nearly 2 of them per 36 minutes, shooting 57.4% from the field, very impressive for a 6'3" combo guard, or I guess small wing. Also shooting 33% from 3, which isn't that good, but per usual, being a very good corner 3-point shooter. Having been a 39.3% career corner 3-point shooter, and last season shooting 41.2%, of which accounted for 53% of his total 3-point shot attempts on the year. So yeah, even with him not being the best offensive or best 3-point shooter in general, put him in the corner, he definitely can be a reliable option. Then factor in the backdoor cutting ability, how athletic he is, and even kind of being a lob threat in some moments. Gary Payton II can get around that and is a better offensive option than a guy like Jared Vanderbilt, for example, who they already employ and have found creative ways to get him on the court and keep him on the court offensively. So it wouldn't be that difficult with GP2 and not even close to it compared to Vanderbilt. So yes, I don't think it would be an issue for them. I think his offense would actually benefit them in some ways, does have the ability to play off the ball and is definitely used to it at this point. Now there might be a controversy or argument with him coming from Golden State, which definitely happens to be a system where some players thrive more than others and definitely benefit from it, and their offensive game can kind of be elevated and a little bit exploded from it compared to a different team. But coming to a team with Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, all the attention that they draw on the court and taking attention away from GP2, I think he'd thrive in a similar, albeit slightly different situation and wouldn't be an offensive liability. I don't think that would be a problem. And then factoring in the defense and how much they could benefit with it here, that can obviously help their team out. Yes, he is a little bit of a smaller guard at 6'2", but he definitely plays a whole lot bigger than he is, having a 6'8" wingspan, simply being a very tenacious and up-in-your-face kind of defender. He regularly does well at defending wing players on the court, so you can factor that in here with him. Can defend both the point of attack, switch on to 2s, 3s, even smaller 4s at times, and yes, he literally can do it. Go and watch the film if you don't believe me. He would definitely benefit their defense and would immediately become one of, if not the best point of attack defender on their team and one of the best defenders on their team in general. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one. And if you enjoyed the video, then I would greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.